Alright, quick short-term update for Bitcoin. So macro term, nothing's changed. I will make this fairly short. But in the short term, we've bashed our head against this resistance again at 41.5. In the next couple of days, we really need to break 41.5 for me to become, short to mid-term bullish on Bitcoin. As you can see, if we do flatten the chart here, you can see this massive descending trend line has been in place since the 10th of November, and we've rallied, hit our heads against it, once, twice, almost three times, and now the fourth time or the third time if you don't want to count this one. But if we do zoom in, I'd definitely count this one. It came up to 42.6, and it was barely $1,000 away from a retest. So this is all in all our fourth time retesting this trend line. We do also have a massive triangle pattern right here, and the apex of this triangle pattern is going to come into play in the next few days. So by the 27th of March, that's actually 10 days, but Bitcoin does normally break out of these big moves, a couple of days before or like a week before. So most bullish scenario, I'd say tomorrow I'd really like to see push above 41.5. If we do, then I think a lot of altcoins will be going extremely euphoric in the short term, and I do think we can definitely talk about this massive move up for Bitcoin. Now, I made a separate video about why I think the Bitcoin bottom is in as well. If we come over to this chart, let's actually start off with the dollar. So on the dollar, the DXY chart, you can see that we have 3 touch points of 3 all-time highs that the dollar came crashing against. If we are looking on the daily chart, all the way back from December 2016, from basically January 2017. So this has been in play for what, 6 years? 4, 5, 6, yeah, coming on to 6 years now, more like 5.5, but basically 6 years. And if you look at this Bitcoin chart as well, I've highlighted every time we top off on the DXY, I have a vertical line here showing what happened after we topped out on the DXY, after running into that resistance. The first time, which was here, we crashed after basically all of 2017, we went on a massive crash. And as you can see, all of 2017, Bitcoin went on a massive rally. If we come over to the next touch point here, you can see another orange line. This was the top that we had in March 20 when the dollar started crashing and went on a very parabolic fall off the table. You can see this exact top here is lined up with this orange line that we've got here. And within, just under 2 years, it went up 762%. So a very, very nice return every time you buy one of these orange lines. Now, it doesn't always call the exact bottom, and it doesn't always it sometimes calls it a little bit late as well. So you could see, this was like a week or so before this bottom here. And if we come over to the dollar as well, or if we come over to here, you could see about a week ago we bottomed around this region. So potentially, if the dollar has topped out here and we do start coming down in the next few days, this could potentially be that top that we are looking out for. And Bitcoin, similar to how every time we have put in this big orange box, could be seeing a massive rally. Maybe not today, maybe could come down a little bit, but I do genuinely think that we would see a massive move coming in the next couple of months, the next month, 2 months really specifically. Like I said, this isn't something that's just going to make it go parabolic in the next week. Sometimes it might go sideways and accumulate upwards for a couple of months, maybe 6 months. But as a general rule of thumb, I do think somewhere around here is the bottom. My worst case is still this Michael Saylor average buy-in price between 29 and 31,000. But tomorrow, keep an eye on 41.5. If we do reject from 41.5 and we do fall below 40 to 39.5, we could be getting very ugly in the short term, setting up for a bottom and then going on a run. On the flip side, a more bullish scenario, like I said, breaking above 41.5, retesting it and going for a massive parabolic run is also something that we can talk about, because previously, like I said, this dollar chart, every time we've topped out here in the last 5.5 to 6 years, it has always been the top for the dollar. It would be nice to see the dollar start breaking back into this channel, breaking down, losing these supports and falling off the table. With the amount of quantitative easing and money printing right now, it would not surprise me. But you know, as a general rule of thumb, while we are in this pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, the dollar is probably going to become stronger against, you know, weaker currencies. That doesn't mean the dollar's strong. I mean, the DXY could be rallying while the dollar is in hyperinflation, and that could just mean that other currencies are hyperinflating more than the dollar. I wouldn't pay too much attention to the DXY more than the BTC USD pair, but nonetheless, this is still an interesting theory to keep your eyes on. If we do top out here, we could be seeing a massive push above 41.5 in the next few days, in the next week, and then that could be the bottom. We could be seeing a massive parabolic rally all the way back up to the all-time high of 69,000. So that is something to keep your eyes on. Once again, keep an eye on 41.5. If we do break it, that will be extremely bullish in the short term. So that is all I see for Bitcoin. If you are holding it, best of luck. Once again, none of this is financial advice. It's personally just what I'm looking out for. And yeah, cowboy out. Peace.